guys, and welcome to Coffee with My Sunshine. Today I'm just going to be doing a few farmhouse mid-century modern style decor. So if you'd like to join me, please keep watching. For this first one, I'm going to be using some pieces that I got from craftparts.com, and I showed you these a couple videos ago. They have fabulous wood pieces for really cheap. So I will have their website linked in my description box. But I'm going to be using the clothespins that I got and these little wood pinch bowls. I'm also going to be using these candlesticks. Actually, I just ended up using the big one in this one. Don't mind my nails. My good friend's little daughter painted them for me, so I will be taking care of those here shortly. But anyway, for the clothespins, I am just going to be doing like a natural stain. So I'm going to be using some coffee and white distilled vinegar. And for the coffee, I just used some that we had this morning, poured it in a bowl along with some of the grounds, and then I put the clothespins in there. And then for the vinegar, you're supposed to add like steel wool or rusty nails. I couldn't find any at the time, so I thought I would experiment and just try it with the vinegar. And it didn't do a whole lot. The coffee stained it perfectly. I loved the rustic farmhouse kind of like vintage style that it gave them. I'll show you here. I added what I could find that was rusty in our garage. We don't have a lot, so I found like this little tool and a rusty nail, I think. But as you can see here, there wasn't a lot of staining going on with the vinegar. So this is where I add the rusty stuff and then put the ones back into the vinegar. And just let them sit for a couple hours, and this is what you get. I think they're fabulous, and I can't show you my plan for these yet. That's coming out next week in a really fun video, but I thought I would go ahead and show you how I made them vintage looking. For this next one, I am using that candlestick that I got from the craftparts.com. I am also using this spindle thing from, I think it was like a bedpost or something, some scrap pieces of wood, and I don't know if you'll remember, I did a candlestick like this a few videos ago that was inspired by one that Jessica from Measure and Mix did, and I'm also using these square pieces from the wood website I was talking about. This is that candle that I made a while ago. So I'm just going to make a different one, but I wanted it two-toned, and I'm just using pieces that I had around the house. This is one I got from Goodwill. It was originally $6.99. I don't know if it was from Target or what, but I got it super cheap. I want to say maybe like $1. I'm also using this candlestick from the Dollar Tree and one of those glass yogurt jars that I love so much. And just some Elmer's glue, because I heard it works really well as like a wood glue, and I'm just going to glue the wood pieces together for the top and the bottom. And I'm not being paid by this wood company. I just think their products are excellent and their pricing is even better. And I'm just taking some white chalk paint, and you can paint these any colors that match your decor. I just had this idea from, I don't know if you remember her. She was around for a while. I don't even know if she still has a video. I've looked for her a couple times, but it was, her name was Evie. She was so cute and she did the best DIYs, but she gave me the idea for my fireplace because it's so hard to work with because it's so giant and it has a very narrow mantle. But she told me to get different height candle holders and candlesticks and just put those along the mantle, and I've never done it and I've always wanted to, so I thought I would do it now. So I'm just taking that little spindle thing and gluing it to the wood pieces. I'm just adding hot glue just to hold it in place while the other glue dries. And I really recommend, if you guys see like headboards and spindles and stuff, grab them because you can use them for so many projects. I've used them for tiered trays, candle holders, obviously, a little soap tray. You can just do so much with them. And I can't tell you enough how much I love these flameless candles. Burning regular candles really scares me when it comes to wood candle holders or anything that's hanging with a string or rope. Use the fake ones because the thought of the fire just scares the crap out of me. So for the candlestick, I am just going to stain it in my favorite stain that you all know, the pickled oak and, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name, but I showed you, so. And you want to use like a scrap piece of fabric or sock or something to stain. I'm just using paper towel, which isn't the best choice because it leaves little pieces on your piece. And I just layer the stain. I don't wait for them to dry. I just go ahead and layer them on top of each other. And I think it gives it like a nice vintage real wood look. And I found this scrap piece of wood for to go with the pinch bowls. And I had an idea I wanted this rounded, but my sander that I would normally use for this, for some reason, wasn't working. I turned it on and it drew a bunch of power, as you can see here. And then it just didn't turn on. So I don't know what was going on with it. But I went ahead and sanded that piece by hand. It wasn't rounded like I wanted, but I did what I could with what I had. And then I'm just taking some chalkboard paint and painting the base because I want to be able to use chalk to write words on here. And I did 2 coats. And while that was drying, I know I'm kind of all over the place right now. I am taking the other pieces for my candle project, and I'm going to take the one from the Dollar Tree and the yogurt jar. And I'm going to start by painting them the chalk paint white, which, like I said, do whatever fits your style. And then for this, I wanted to be able to see like the flame poke through just in little spots. So I'm taking the Elmer's glue and just putting dots all over the yogurt jar. And you could do squiggly lines, you could do straight lines, whatever kind of design you wanted, because after this dries, we're going to paint over it and then remove those dots so that it's clear underneath them. And this is probably, if you want this to be permanent, you would want to use like E6000 or some sort of Gorilla Glue or something. But for right now, I'm using the hot glue gun, which holds really, really well. So well that I couldn't get it off to adjust it to make it straight. Then I'm taking some of this bronze metallic paint and then just going along the edges of the candlestick holder. I just think it's pretty. It looks like there's metal poking through. Then I'm taking a sponge brush and sponging on the chalk paint because I didn't want the chalk or the paint lines. And then after the chalk paint is dry, you're going to take some sort of tool, like tweezers would work awesome for this, and you just find where those little glue dots were, and they're nice and dry so they peel up in one piece. And I think it looks so cool, and it's kind of fun to do. It's like satisfying. And this is what it looks like all finished. And to match the bottom of the candlestick, I'm just adding some more of that bronze paint around the top. And these little tea lights from Antique Candle Company fit perfectly in here. And I just got this box a couple days ago with their fall scents. I know it's early, but oh my gosh, their fall scents are amazing. I will have them linked in the description box if you guys are interested in checking them out. I know a bunch of you love them. The Fall Harvest is my favorite. I love the pumpkin spice, but Fall Harvest has got to be my all-time favorite for sure. So I'm going to put that in the little yogurt jar. And it's so cute. I just love them on my fireplace, but do you see what I mean? Like, the mantle is just so thin. I don't even know if you can call it a mantle, but it's really narrow, so not a lot fits on there. So I wanted to mention, one of my sweet subscriber friends was telling me recently she signed up with Couture, which I'd never heard of. I checked out the website and it looks awesome. It's like a DIY website, but she signed up to be a designer for this company, and they have some great DIYs that you can do. They have like plans and stuff for them. I'll have to do some more research, but I will have her website listed in my description box if you want to check it out and show her some support. Like I said, I love hearing when you guys are doing fun things like this, but check out her link in my description box and show her some love. For this next one, this is the pinch bowl project. I'm taking this Danish oil, which it took me a while to find food safe sealers. I wanted beeswax, but I have no idea where I can find that. So we found this at our local hardware store, and I'm just putting a coat or two on here. And for these to be food safe, they're supposed to dry and cure for the appropriate amount of time. And it just seals it, and it gives it like this really pretty natural color. As you can see the difference, I think it's super pretty. But I just applied it with a cloth and let it dry. And here's what the little pinch bowl project looks like. I think it's so cute and so, I don't know, it kind of gives it like a farmhouse style, but also modern, if that makes sense. I don't know, but I really like it. I think it'll be cute to put out when we have family and friends over. Obviously right now is not the best time to put community grab bowls out for people to eat from, but eventually things will get back to normal. And I hope you guys like everything that I did today. If you have any new ideas, please leave them in my description box. You know I love to hear from you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for all your love and support. Bye.